What's up guys, Blade Master here, back with some more Total War Rome 2 online action. I'm going to be fighting up against Sicarius Magnus in this matchup. This is actually the second of 3 battles that we fought, just testing him to see if he's a good fit to the Wolf Remus clan. And in this matchup, I have taken Parthia, and to counter that, he decided to take Armenia. We're going to be fighting in Nemetosena. Armenia is a... I don't know, I don't really rate it as a potential Parthia counter. It's just basically Parthia but not as strong. It's got the same tools that Parthia has which it needs to win. And I just don't think that it's all that great. To counter Parthia, the advantage that you will have with Armenia when you face up against Parthia is that it's going to be a very similar battle. It's going to be cataphracts on cataphracts, horse archers on horse archers. So basically it just boils down to who micros their build better, because in terms of potential unit differences, there's not too much difference between the two factions. All that being said though, Parthia does have a few key units that it can use to its advantage, which is why I think Armenia just isn't all that good as a counter to Parthia. Better off just sticking to a more traditional Parthian counter build, or even something crazy like Gedai, which we have seen to use to pretty decent effect in the past. Anyways, taking a look at my Parthia build, I brought 4 Parthian foot archers up in front. I have also brought a total of 2 hillmen and 2 Parthian swordsmen, forming my main line. I've also brought a couple of Median cavalry, and I've brought 1 Camel cataphract, 3 Eastern cataphracts, and 1 Royal cataphract general. I've also brought 3 total horse skirmishers. So Sicarius, on the other hand, has brought 2 Persian hoplites. Okay, 2 Persian hoplites. He has brought 5 Kartli axemen. He's also brought 4 Eastern archers. No, 3 Eastern archers, 1 elite Persian archer, 4 Eastern spearmen in the rear, and 1 Azat Knights general, and 3 Eastern cataphracts. So it is a strange build, not necessarily a good build, because the Eastern spearmen are good, but bringing 4 of them is overkill. And bringing an Azat Knights general is terrible. I don't rate those units very well. Although they could be used to pretty decent effect if used right, because they have 20 bonus versus large, and when chasing off fleeing cataphracts, they can probably do a ton of damage. Oh, they have 15 bonus. Yeah, 15 bonus is what I said. Anyways, my horse skirmishers are taking some shots onto the rear of his Eastern cataphracts. He's going to shoot with his elite Persian archers here. Elite Persian archers are a very, very strange pick. They are not useful in most situations. They're not useful. And over here, I mean, they just get slaughtered by my Parthian foot archers. Parthian foot archers can kill off the elite Persian archers and therefore be very cost effective just in that situation here. My horse skirmishers have taken 7 casualties because I wasn't microing with them very well. Some of the other ones have taken 2 casualties, but take a look at what I'm going to do. This is going to be pretty useful for people who want to engage in this type of battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in first with my horse skirmishers, pull them back, and while this elite Persian archer is trying to fire at this, or is firing at this unit, I'm going to use that time to just charge in with the other. So potentially what that could do is, while this unit is busy firing at one direction, you have another horse skirmisher that's just going to fire into the cataphract or into the high value target, while the other one is fleeing away from the archer or the slinger that's firing into them. So in that sense, it actually can be a very useful strategy. Again, you need to be on top of your micro game here. I'm taking a couple of shots from his elite Persian archers. Here also I'm moving to the side with my horse skirmishers, taking some more casualties in the process, taking a lot of casualties actually from his Eastern archers, which is not good for me. And again, I'm going to come in for a 3rd attempt. Let's see if my tactic pays off. I'm going to pull out with these units. Yeah, you can see they aren't hitting my horse skirmishers, and I should be taking this opportunity to come in and get some rear shots with my horse skirmishers. He's busy moving up in front just slowly and steadily. It's a smart move from him, just turning around with his archers, because he is in no real danger of me advancing, because his main line completely outclasses mine. I'm going to pull out with 1. Here is really where it comes into play. Pulled out with 1, used that time to just get some shots on his Eastern cataphracts. Pulling out with the 3rd horse skirmisher. It didn't really, I think it took like 2 or 3 casualties in the process. But while this Eastern elite Persian archer is firing, I'm going to get a 3rd javelin volley onto those Eastern cataphracts. Actually, wow, because of their high reload rate, they don't have great shots per minute, so I don't really know how they managed to reload. But he's getting sucked into chasing after my horse skirmishers, so I'm going to pull back, and I've gotten a lot of kills on his Eastern catas. Pulling back with my horse skirmishers again. They've only got 1, 7 and 2 kills each, but they're all on some really high value targets, which is amazing for me because as Parthia, the more cataphracts I can kill early on, the battle is really going to swing in my favor because of that. So again, moving in, he's firing some shots, and I'm going to use that opportunity to get some more shots from the side with my horse skirmishers here. Pull back with them before his elite Persian archers can get some shots. Oh, they actually hit the elite Persians instead of these Eastern Catas. Some damage has been done, but really not enough. Not potentially. I mean, potentially I can do a lot of damage because he didn't bring any horse archers. Could have saved money by bringing some more Eastern archers, bring a few fewer Eastern spearmen, and instead bring a couple of horse archers who could just completely destroy this horse skirmisher threat. Getting some more shots onto my horse skirmishers. Their aim is pretty poor, so they haven't really taken a lot of damage. Again, going to move in front here. His elite Persian archers are going to take some shots. It's all a question of patience here. I'm going to pull back with them before the arrows can land. And his Eastern cataphracts have already gone down to 40 men. Let's fast forward a little bit more. I just wanted to show you guys that tactic because it could potentially be useful. Here I'm getting some more shots while he's reforming with my horse skirmishers. His Eastern cataphracts are down to half strength here. So already this engagement has taken a very decisive swing in my favor. Here horse skirmishers taking a few casualties, but it's fine because that's like 4 volleys being wasted on them. Here these horse skirmishers will obviously die pretty quickly. Getting some great shots on his Azet Knights though, already down to 51 units. I was resting up with one so that they'd get back to at least active, but they're still winded. He's forced to move around with his Eastern cataphracts. They're still taking a lot of casualties. Even if you don't micro with your cataphracts for a couple of seconds, these horse skirmishers can prove to be pretty cost effective. These ones have got 8 kills, 24 kills and 8 with the third horse skirmisher. Just really, I love these units when going up against a faction that's got good cataphracts and I mean really powerful cavalry that can obviously be very vulnerable to the 41 missile damage that these units have. Again, going to pull back, again taking a few casualties, again don't really care. These are very cheap units, and the javelins that they get onto these Eastern cataphracts is going to be far deadlier than any casualties that they take. Going to keep fast forwarding. These units are in a pretty decent position at this point. They're taking a ton of casualties here because I'm not microing with them. I'm moving up with my main line, and of course their job has kind of been done. 24 kills on cataphracts is just amazing. Like that's perfect for me. I'm going to start to focus fire on the Scartly Axemen. Their 75 armor isn't great, but they are just going to take a ton of casualties because their health as well is just shit. 55 health is just so bad. That's why I hate these units. I'm going to charge in with my general here, Royal Cataphracts, onto some Scartly Axemen, and he didn't charge into my Royal Cataphracts. So I'm going to completely slaughter them, and I'm also going to pull through them because they've been completely flattened. He is going to come in and charge with his Cataphracts here. I'm going to counter charge with Eastern Cataphracts, and also I'm going to charge in with Hillmen, get a Javelin volley off, and support with the Median Cav. I've done that on purpose because I don't want to use all of my cataphracts here. I've still got like 3 cataphracts in reserve, but the problem for me is my Parthian foot archers are already getting slaughtered, which is very bad for me. My Royal Cataphract here, General, has got 33 kills, not lost a single unit. Hillmen, Parthian swordsmen also starting to lose some units, but because I got a very clean charge with my Eastern Catas here, these Parthian swordsmen didn't take any casualties on the charge. His Eastern Cataphracts, meanwhile, have got 70 kills because I think they killed off a lot of my Parthian foot archers as well. And I've come in to support with some Median Cav. Now I'm going to pull back with my Eastern Cataphracts, but I've got my Camel Cataphracts here. And, just keeping them at the rear of your army is perfect because they will still provide that fear effect. I believe I'm going to charge into his Eastern Cataphracts now that they're stationary, which means that my Camel Cataphracts will obviously do a really good job. So they're trying to not get many kills at this point, but these, on top of being very tired, which gives the fatigue penalty, these Eastern Cataphracts are also they're losing decisively, and the horses are going to get frightened as well. So 13 kills with Camel Cataphracts on Eastern Cataphracts. Here Persian Hoplite is just forming a huge blob. My general has charged into his general, his Azet Knights general, and I'm going to get some shots with my Parthian foot archers. And okay, I will probably suffer some friendly fire kills, but his Azet Knights are a lot more vulnerable and they'll probably get destroyed. I'm going to turn around with my Eastern Cataphracts over here and just start trying to charge into his Eastern Archers. But they are going to be able to get a lot of good shots onto my units in the process. My Royal Cataphracts, exhausted, got a double experience chevron though already. His Eastern Cataphracts are getting into my Parthian foot archers, which is terrible for me. And here my Camel Cataphracts have charged into, I believe, this blob here. I killed off maybe his Cataphracts. It's just really hard to tell at this point. I'm going to pull out with my Median Cav, just keep some cavalry in reserve. Charged into his Eastern Spearmen. His Eastern Spearmen are obviously going to start wavering. Of course, the General, I believe, has died as well. Yeah. General died, killed off the other Eastern Cataphract with my Royal Cataphract General. And yeah, his Eastern Cataphracts are starting to waver. I'm also going to put Flaming Shot here. And if my Camel Cataphracts were closer, this would probably be a very good move. But regardless, you know, the General is probably dead. No, the General recently died penalty is not there. But they're disciplined anyway, so can't really think about that. So, Eastern Cataphracts with 233 kills here because they've just killed off a lot of his archers. His elite Persian archers actually got 68 kills. But I believe they're all on horse archers. So yeah, they're probably pretty tanky, I would say, but this is still just not very cost effective. I'm going to charge into the rear of his Cartly Axemen with Eastern Cataphracts. My Parthian swordsmen not doing too well, but don't really need them to do well. 74 kills on the other one though. Charging in with my Royal Cataphract here. Camel Cataphracts with a single experience chevron. Going to charge into this Eastern Spearman, completely kill it off. He has lost all of his Cataphracts though, which is terrible for him. The elite Persian archers starting to rack up the kills though against Cataphracts. I mean, I guess maybe could they possibly be could they possibly be that was pretty badass. Could they possibly be cost effective? I doubt it though. I doubt it. Maybe I just didn't deal with them well enough. But yeah, Eastern Cataphracts, regardless, they've just completely destroyed a lot of his line. They're going to my Royal Cataphract General is going to rear charge his Cartly Axemen, who've done pretty decently so far. And it's looking pretty even at this point, but the thing is, he has lost his General. My General has still got 50 units left. A lot of my Eastern Cataphracts have died, but I still have one Camel Cataphract with 40 units left. And of course, I've got some more archers here that are just going to start pouring in the fire onto the rear of his Cartly Axemen, completely rout them. And he's got, you know, some more Cartly Axemen, not really too much that they can do. I'm going to charge in with my Camel Cataphracts here. They're still active because I haven't used Trample on them. He's going to put Hopliday Phalanx, but it was a bit too late. I believe they got most of their bracing done, but not going to be good enough. I mean, Camel Cataphracts are excellent units. They aren't as cost effective as Eastern Cataphracts, but on their own, they're very, very nice units and very powerful units as well. 107 charge bonus with them is just amazing. 114 with Royal Cataphracts, brilliant. Eastern Spearmen here starting to waver because just charging in with Trample. Triple experience chevron on my Royal Cataphract General. And going to come in for a second charge onto his Cartly Axemen here with my Camel Cataphracts. You don't really see many of these Camel Cataphracts being used, and for good reason, because Eastern Cataphracts are in general just much better units than them. But against Armenia, when they would almost definitely bring Cataphracts on their own, these Camel Cataphracts can actually be a pretty decisive game changer. So let's take a look at the unit stats. 242 kills here. Royal Cataphracts proving how strong they are. Camel Cataphracts also getting a lot of kills, but for the most part, my Eastern Cataphracts didn't do too much. Parthian Swordsman didn't do too much as well. Parthian Foot Archers could have completely obliterated his line if I had kited better. And you know, I think that's the reason why his Cartly Axemen did so well, is because I created too many blobs in the center, which is obviously not good for me. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more. Peace.